Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. My best friend is on the Zoom. I feel like we haven't done a Zoom in a really long time. It's been like a crazy summer. I feel like everyone's just been crazy busy, but I've missed you all, and I really wanted to get this Zoom together tonight just to, after being with Amber and stuff and talking with her while she was here. I wanted her to share her tips with you guys on how she gets so many distributors and how she gets so many loyal customers. Um, so I'm really excited about this, and I'm gonna, just try and stay on task. Jade was talking today in our Diamonds page or whatever, and she was basically saying she feels like we've all forgotten what our job actually is. And our job as distributors for It Works is literally to enroll loyal customers and to enroll distributors. That's it. That's what our job is, point blank, period. We get paid to enroll customers and to enroll distributors. So, when we're feeling like, things aren't going how we want or whatever, the case may be, maybe you're losing rank or your paycheck is dropping. One thing Jade said was just take a look and see, have you completed your steps to success this month? Are you focusing solely on enrolling new customers and enrolling new distributors, growing your audience, posting, messaging, and following up? So that was, I shared that with some of my leaders today. That was like, basically everyone on the Diamonds page was like feeling like they got hit with, a brick wall, like boom, like in your face. Like, it's so true. We just overcomplicate things to the maximum. All we need to do every single month is enroll loyal customers and enroll distributors. And that's why I wanted to have this Zoom with Amber so she can give us her best tips on how to do that. So we all have, new, fresh ideas on how we can better our business and, get more loyal customers and get new distributors. So, first, I just want Amber to super quick. She's just going to tell you like a little bit about her background, like, how/why she started and basically, where she's at now. Just super quick in a couple minutes, basically why she started, how she started, and, what has changed for her in the last 15 months. And then we'll start going with me asking her questions and her giving her tips, and you guys can write all the tips down and everything. So take the floor, babe.
Okay, so before I joined It Works, I was going through I lost my dad in September 2013. So it was a really hard time for me, but I was in denial a lot of the time. So I really didn't feel any of the feelings or emotions that I was supposed to. And, I let life pass me by. I was going to school. I was at Long Beach State, which is a really good college in, California. And so I got accepted there. I was doing schooling and this and that. I let a lot of emotional things pass me by. So I kind of, started not caring about school and, this and that. And when I officially started feeling all my emotions as far as missing my dad and stuff like that, I started messing up in school. And I started messing up with every relationship that I ever had with friends or family or anything like that. I went into a really deep depression. I almost took my life. I almost lost my fiance. Every family member that I had, any friends that I had, I pushed everyone away. It was a really hard time in my life. And, my fiance was there through everything. She almost left me, and it was a tough situation to be in. And I finally sought help for it. And, when I went to my outpatient program and got help for it, it was I wasn't getting anything back that I thought I was missing, but it helped me get through a lot of it's self-development, if you will. But when I finally came to, and I was ready to go back to work, and I was ready to go back to serving tables. And, you know, I worked at Olive Garden. That's where I met my fiance. And, you know, so when I was finally ready to go back to work, I really wasn't ready to go back to work. I mean, I guess that's just like a mom having a baby and like not wanting to go back to work. You know what I mean? I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want it to happen, but I knew that it had to happen because we had bills to pay. So, you know, when I was finally released back to work, something just came to me. I started applying to all these jobs, and I'm sorry if you guys don't notice already, like I have really social anxiety. So I'm like really anxious right now, and
You're doing great.
Tiffany knows that too. She saw it firsthand last week. But
no, you're doing great.
no,
Stop.
this is a part of growing. You need to experience this to grow. And sometimes it's scary, but you know, it has to happen. But so when I got that okay back to work, it was either I can go back and, you know, continue being depressed and continuing like struggling for money every month, or I could do something else. So I started applying to these different jobs, the jobs that I've never even worked or anything like that. And one day I don't know, like I found this girl on Instagram. I blocked every single It Works distributor ever that like try to follow me. I blocked every one of them, but Kirsten was different. I don't know. She showed that it wasn't just all about business. It was like she had her life and she was happy, and you know, that's what I wanted. I wanted happiness again. And so I let her follow me. And one day she posted about this $1,000 bonus, and I was like we could so use that right now. We were living with my mom. We moved out of our beautiful house like on a beach. And you know, I was like, we need that. And my fiance was completely against it. She hated the idea of it. She said that no, like I'm just gonna waste my time. And so did my mom. As soon as I joined that, I really didn't have any family or friends like on my side. Everyone I pushed away. My mom and my brother and my fiance were the only people that I had left. And, you know, my mom, when I first joined, I told Jay I joined. She had no choice about it. She can either leave me or I'm going to do it. But, you know, when I told my mom was like, I hope you didn't pay money for that. Like, I'm never going to support you and this and that. And, you know, I still did it anyways because I didn't care. I really had faith in this like company. And so I joined, and then I really didn't look back. I didn't care about what other people thought about me. I didn't care about what anyone said. I just worked my business like what my leaders taught me. And, you know, I learned everything from Jade. I started watching Jade YouTube videos every single day. I just did whatever she said, basically. Like I really didn't care what anyone had to say or what if I had to step out of comfort zone or anything like that. Because you know what? I was in my comfort zone, and my comfort zone was like broke and unhappy. So if I could find anything else that was going to make me happy, then it was going to be out, you know, stepping outside of my comfort zone. And I did that, you know, like when I went.
So how long have you been doing it now?
14.
Because we joined like the same month, right? May of 2015.
Yeah. So
15 months.
15 months, yeah.
Cool.
And
so
you lose track of like when you join, because it's like really if you make it about like having fun and changing your life, it never seems like a job. So for me, I still say a year ago, because it really was like almost a year ago.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you obviously, you know, we joined together. So like you mentioned, we were talking the other day, we pretty much grew up in this business together, you and I, because we joined at the same time. And, you know, we were promoting together. And then you double promoted 1 month. So where are you now? So what rank are you now? And like, you know, what are a couple things that you've been able to do now because of It Works?
You know, Tiffany, I feel like we did like grow up together, and like you signed the same month as me, and you know, like and all this, and maybe I did promote like a rank ahead of you, but I still feel like you have the, like, it doesn't matter about the rank. It matters about like you believing in the company and working for it, and you're still changing your own life. You know, it doesn't matter what the process is or how long it takes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm triple diamond, obviously. I promoted to triple in 9 months. Was it fast? Heck yes, it was. And, you know, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because, you know, I didn't have all these leadership skills that all these, like, you know, Jade Hooper did, and like all of our other leaders did. So I had to learn that on my own, like along the way. And, you know, I'm not going to say that I still know every single thing in the book, but, you know, the thing is that you believe in yourself and you believe in where you're going in the company, and you're going to get there.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. I always tell my team, like when I joined Jessica's team, like she didn't have her own team page. You know, we were on Morgan's page. We didn't have Zoom or anything like this to help each other and talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like I literally just copied every single thing that Jessica did. Like I didn't copy her posts word for words, but like I would use what she said and just kind of like copy the wording, but change it for a different product, and just literally try and post everything that she did and just do what she did and learn everything that I could from Jade, because, you know, I wanted what Jade had. So I just love your story. And, you know, you've been able to move out into a condo in LA. You know, you don't live with your parents anymore. You know, one thing I love so much about your story is you were able to save your cat's life because of this company, because of a unexpected, you know, drastic medical expense. You were able to save your cat's life because of this company, and, you know, pay off debt and go on vacations and everything. So it's just amazing.
You know, talking about my cat's expense is actually one of the hardest things that me and my fiance have ever gone through. We actually had to put down Jay had a dog for years, over 10 years, and we actually had to put him down a year before I joined this business. And it was because we couldn't afford it. And, you know, 5 months ago, we had like a really, you know, like we were just saying, a really unexpected experience. And we thought we were going to lose him too, but they told us all that we needed for him. And we spent over $6,000 for him. And, you know, that was like a really humbling experience. Whether I make it in this company or not, whether I get to ambassador or not, I know that I saved my cat's life. And, you know, it's the little things, like being able to do that, being able to like save your cat's life. It doesn't have to change your life completely or anything like this, but just like little things like that, that's what you should keep going for. I'm not saying you should just quit after that. Like, okay, I saved my cat's life and I should just stop. But I'm saying that those are the things that you're going to be able to do with this business.
The tiny, you know, miracles and hurdles that you'll overcome to get to ambassador. Those are just the tiny, you know, what I'm trying to think of the word, like the tiny, victories. Yeah, exactly. The small victories that you get through throughout the company, until you get to ambassador. So, I want to start with Instagram. I just kind of want you to talk a little bit about, your Instagram and just maybe some tips for people, you know, for Instagram, just like basically, you know, spammy versus not spammy Instagram, and just ways you can incorporate your business into Instagram, but not having to have it be all it works all the time 24/7, because I know that you take lots of pride in your Instagram. And also talk about how you get followers too.
Okay. Instagram, honestly, when I first started this business, I obviously watched Jade's Instagram training video. And, you know, what it taught me was that you obviously don't want to post. It works all the time. So you cannot have two product posts next to each other. You cannot have like 2 life posts next to each other. And you know, your life posts do not have to look like join my team. Don't ever post that. No one wants to see that you want them to join your team. They just want to know that you want them to change your life. And how you're going to do that is by posting regular day-to-day life things that you're doing. And, you know, it may not seem like that it works as giving that to you, but it's going to give it to you. So if you're at the park with your kids, that is freedom right there. And, you know, a lot of people want that. And your life posts should always tell a story. They should always say where you were, where you are now, and where you want to be, because of it works. And your product post, it doesn't always have to be a before and after. It could be a picture of you holding the product. It could be a picture of, you know, like your customer or whatnot, but it doesn't always have to be a picture of the product or a picture of a before and after product. But it basically just expand your horizons. Look at a web. Okay, what I did basically was I looked at the enroller that signed me, Kirsten, and I looked at her page and I said, what attracted me to that? The reason why I was so attracted to her page was because she was so full of life and she was happy and excited. She wasn't always talking about it works, but she just had this glow to her. You just have to be really excited and always, be aware of what you're posting. Don't post a picture that says, like, are you trying to lose weight or anything like that. Just post results and be excited for it. Or just post the product that you're holding and be excited that you're using it. And as far as the business, the only thing that's going to really help you get distributors is posting your vulnerable life. You have to not be afraid of sharing what you went through and what you don't want to go through again, and what It Works is going to give you that's going to change that.
Okay, hang on, because I'm trying to write this down for myself too, because I want these notes too. So, just to kind of reiterate to you guys, she's saying, she never posts join my team. I see a lot of people who post, memes probably that they found from Google or Pinterest or something, but I never post anything like that. And Amber is saying that she doesn't post that either. And one thing I want to point out that she just said is, she said, don't be afraid to share your struggles. So, one reason I wanted to have her on here is because the reason she gets so many distributors is because she posts multiple life posts every single day. So not just one a day, not just one a week, multiple times a day. She's talking about either what this business has done for her, what it's going to do for her, and how her life has changed because of it. And she's not afraid to talk about her struggle. She's not afraid to talk about that she was on, that she was depressed and on disability, and that she was, being, living paycheck to paycheck and this and that and the other. She's not afraid to share that. And that openness and that vulnerability has let people connect to her in some way. And they then come to her and trust her and say, okay, I trust you. I want to start this business too. So what I want you guys to understand is, it's not just, let's copy and paste a life post to get a life post out there just to get your 3-3 rule out there for the day. You have got to start putting time, effort, and thought, genuine thought from your heart into your life posts if you truly want your distributor enrollments to skyrocket. And I know when I copy and paste life posts, I get less messages. Like, I get no messages on that compared to when I wake up and I make a life post that's genuine from my heart, talking about how I can't believe that I'm getting to stay home with Lillian, and how my life has changed. I get people messaging me more on that than just getting a life post out just to get a post out. So how many life posts a day, or how many life posts / I like to call them indirect life posts. So when you're basically saying you're thankful for freedom, but not saying it works, I call that like an indirect life post. So how many life posts do you think that you post a day?
At least 3. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna be consistent every single day, but I know that when I did start this business, I was consistent with my 3-3 rule. And I'm not saying that it's just because it gets easier, because it doesn't. But you have a team to start working with, and you have like all these other things to start doing, and
Mm-hmm.
and you have life, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
when I made it a priority when I first joined this business to at least do my 3-3 rule every single day. And and not even just that, but you need to be adding people on Facebook, and you need to be following people on Instagram. If you're not growing your business, you're not growing your business. And there's going to be, I never had friends or family that joined my team or bought products for me. My mom told me straight up that she wasn't going to buy any products for me. It wasn't until 4 months later, when I was being consistent and I went diamond, that she actually bought products for me. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
also understand that people aren't going to just join your team right away. And and if they don't, that's okay, because they're going to either they support you, maybe they don't support you and they say that you're doing something shitty and all this stuff, and like you're doing a scam, just like my mom and my brother did. Or they're going to end up supporting you, just like my mom and my brother did. So it's
Mm-hmm.
people are either going to support you, or they're just not going to be in your life anymore. And me and my fiance lost a lot of friends, and we cried over it, and it sucked. But those friends were the same friends that were cheering me on when I was living this fucked up broke life, and I was just treating myself like shit, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't healthy emotionally, financially, physically, or anything, like anything, like any
Mm-hmm.
in any aspect of my life. And there's going to be people like that, and that's going to suck, and it's going to hurt, but you need to get over it, because
Mm-hmm.
this business will change your life if you let it. But you're only going to let it if you work for it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really up to you, but don't ever worry about like anything that's not going to help you grow your future, basically.
Okay, so um 2 questions. So as far as Instagram goes, um, maybe can you give a couple tips on having an appealing profile? And then shit, sorry. And then a couple tips. What the fuck? And then a couple tips
Instagram is actually
on,
my favorite topic. And
okay, so a couple tips on your Instagram being attractable, and then a couple tips on how you get followers so fast, or what you do to get followers, sort of, because I think people struggle with, they don't know who to follow. And obviously, one thing for sure, don't follow your uplines or your teammates followers or who they're following. That's a big no-no. But go ahead and just give a couple tips on making your Instagram looking more attractable, and then getting followers.
okay, so the apps that I use are PickTap and I'll send these to Tiffany so she can include this, like when she posts a video on your team page or anything like that. But PickTap will add light into your pictures, and like it just makes them look like prettier. I don't know. But basically your pictures should look like professional, not like you bought like a $700 camera and you need to take pictures like that, but just not like, I don't know, not like there shouldn't be shadows or anything like that in your pictures. It should be just like clean, like, and then you're posting like pictures of like friends, family, food, your business, obviously, the F's, finances, fashion, quotes. People love quotes. People like to be inspired. I think I grew my Instagram followers a lot because I was posting a lot of quotes and positive vibes and stuff like that. A lot of people are looking for that. They're looking for like positive vibes. And, when you're following someone, how I grew my followers was basically I followed 300 to 500 people a day. And, I'm not just following people and just clicking follow, follow, follow. If their page is public, I'll go in like 10 pictures and I'll comment on one of them. And I'm not saying they look cute, but I'm asking them a question. I'm saying, where did you get that shirt? Or like, how did you how did you make that? Or like, engaging with them on their post.
Okay, I'm going to pause you really quick because I'm taking notes. So I want to go back to when you were talking about Instagram. you said choose your best picture. It reminds me of something that I want to say Alyssa Bilyeu said, which I got that Pick Tap Go app from her and everything. And she always says that Instagram should be your highlight reels. And so basically, if you take 50 pictures in a day, Instagram, when you post it, let's say you take 50 pictures from the zoo, Instagram should be the best picture that you've taken, the one picture that was the best lighting, the clearest, the most amazing picture. So take a bunch of pictures and then pick the very best one for your Instagram, because Instagram is going to be like your highlight reel. And I've kind of I don't turn Facebook like that, but I only post one picture at a time on Facebook too, because more than likely people aren't going to want to keep scrolling through. And then to following. So you said you follow 300 to 500 people a day. So now my question is how do you find people to follow? Do you just follow your followers, or do you search hashtags? Because that's what I used to do in the beginning, was I would search hashtags of random things and then follow people and then follow their followers and whatnot. So do you do anything
in the beginning, I actually just went through my followers. I went through one of them. I did the same thing. I liked 10 of their pictures. I commented on one of them. Some of them would follow back. Some of them wouldn't. Now I only grow my Instagram by searching hashtags. And I'm not saying I'll search a hashtag and I'll follow everyone with that hashtag. I'm saying I search a hashtag and I find someone that I think would be amazing in this business or would need these products, and I go through their followers. And then I do the same thing over and over again.
Okay. Where did I just write? I was writing something down. You said that you you like 10 pictures and then you comment and you ask them a question. I think that's a great tip. Rather than just leaving a compliment, asking a question is going to get them to engage more, and definitely get them to look at your profile too.
I always get an answer back. I think it's really good and a great idea. I always get.
What'd you say?
No, I always get an answer back when I do that. I'll like 10 of their pictures and I'll comment on one of them saying like where did you get that, or how did you do that, or how did you make that, or just asking a question gets a lot of engagement back.
Go ahead.
It's not going to obviously be in the messages, but it's going to be in comments, and you have to check your notifications obviously. But you can obviously message them back after they answered and be like, oh really, and then just start a conversation from there.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as hashtags go, do you just search the most random things or your favorite things or what's trending, or what hashtags, or how do you find hashtags that you know what I mean? What inspires you to search certain hashtags? Is it your favorite things?
Any of my likes, makeup, whether
it's any of your likes,
or a place, a city, any of my places that I want to go, or stuff like that.
Okay, so hobbies, cities, even we'll even say restaurants, interests. Okay, perfect. So, and then last thing about Instagram. So obviously not spammy, not a ton of before and afters, making sure that you're posting fillers in between your It Works posts, because I think that that's something that a lot of people forget to do, is they just go posting It Works posts. But that 3-3 rule is a science. It's posting a product post and then posting something else that has nothing to do with It Works, and then maybe an indirect life post, and then a quote, and then an actual life post. And so you're posting fillers in between your It Works posts to draw attention and to basically keep your followers, right?
Yeah. You don't ever, I before I joined It Works, I think I told you guys in the story earlier. Actually I didn't, but before I joined the team that I did join, before my depression and all that, I came across a distributor that had sent me a message asking me if I wanted information on like making money or anything like that. And I wrote back curiously saying, yeah. And she told me, you know, about It Works and that it was $99 to join. And I completely thought it was a spam. But when I looked at her page, it looked completely like it was just all before and afters and, you know, join my team ads or like want to make extra money or looking for stay-at-home moms. And, you know, you don't want to show that on your Instagram account. And that's exactly why I thought it was a, you know, a scam. I thought it was fake. And then, you know, once I got out of my disability, you know, that, and I was ready to go back to work, and I let this girl follow me, who is now my best friend, Kirsten. And, you know, her page didn't look like that. She looked like she was happy, excited all the time, just sharing these incredible products and, you know, offering the same opportunity to them. And that's basically what you have to do. You cannot be an advertising. You are not a walking billboard. You know, you just need to share your personal, like, we're just basically sharing products that we love and use every single day, and an opportunity that change our own lives and are going to change our own lives. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to have experience in network marketing. I know I didn't. All I had was a serving job. And, you know, you just basically have to believe in what you're doing and believe that it's going to take you somewhere.
Okay, so now I kind of just want to go over quickly, just to like finish up. I want you to give first your best tips on getting distributors, so how you get so many distributors each month. I know obviously we talked about how you post 3 life posts a day and you're extremely vulnerable in your posts, but maybe just either like reiterate that or just tell, like, do you cold message for distributors, or is it because of how often you post life posts that people just come to you? So maybe give your, you know, best few tips on how you get so many distributors, and then your best tips on how to get loyal customers.
I do cold message, but only on posts that, like life posts that I've posted and they liked it. But as far as like regular cold messaging people saying, I want you to join my team, like, no, I honestly, I don't. A lot of every single one of my distributors have came from my posts. They've came to me, and that's because I am so vulnerable and because I share my story. And, you know, people want that. People don't want to just join your team. They want to know that their life is going to be changed. So you just have to be vulnerable, and you just have to, I mean, it's not that you're lying or anything. You're just telling your story and where you want to be. People are going to get that. If someone does like one of my life posts, I'll say like, hey, thank you for the love of my post. I'll send the picture that they sent, and I'll say, are you interested in learning about what I do? But as far as anything else, I cold message for loyal customers, but I don't cold message for distributors. I feel like distributors, you have to build a relationship with them, and you have to know where they came from, and they have to know where you came from, and they have to trust in you. It's not just like this cold message, because even if you did sign someone like that, they're not going to be committed. They need to know who you are, where you came from, and you need to know where they are and where they came from, and you need to be able to help them with that and tell them, like, personally, that you can help them with that.
Okay. Sorry,
I saw that.
I was telling something to Brandon. I had to mute myself. Okay, so I loved everything you said there. So just basically consistently posting life posts every single day. I know for sure that you do not go a day without posting a life post. Like, even if it's one a day, no matter what. And I feel like that's where everyone is, you know, might be struggling. They just like forget, I think, to post life posts. So I want everyone on here to just, you know, really get into your head. If you want to be a mass distributor enroller, if you want to enroll 10 to 15 distributors a month, this is all that you have to do. You have to post 3 life posts a day. You have to be vulnerable in your posts, and you need to consistently be growing your audience so the same people aren't seeing your messages, or so the same people aren't seeing your posts. So new people are getting to see all of this information every single day. So I love all of that.
One more thing to add.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, I know it's not that people forget to do live posts. I think it's really hard for people to do live posts. And I know it's really hard for every single one of you guys to really dig deep and think about why you're doing this business. And it may make you cry and it may make you feel like all these different emotions, but you know, that those feelings are what people want to feel. And you know, that's what people are feeling every day. And you know, they want that to change. So if you're sharing that with other people, you know, you're going to be able to change someone's life.
Yes. Okay. So, so now basically, I mean, I know you're more so a mass distributor enroller, but I also know that you are amazing at getting loyal customers and getting your distributors faster qualified. So maybe give a couple tips on what you think gets you the most loyal customers. Is it because you use the products and you genuinely know, you know, you've genuinely had a change in these products, so you post about them and people can see the passion? Is it because you're just so consistent with posting about the products? Do you switch up posting about different products, like different days? Just basically a couple tips on how you think you get the most loyal customers.
One, you should always, like, even from the start, from day one, you should be posting your three through rule. I mean, I have a lot of distributors that tell me that they message people all day long, and I'm asking them, are you posting? And they're obviously not. So, you know, you can be messaging people all day long, but if you're not posting about what the products are doing for you or what they're doing for anyone else, you're not going to see results. I mean, you can talk to people all day long, but as you know, the posting and the showing and the blitzing, that's what's going to show people what the results actually do. As far as me, I was always consistent with my 3-3 rule. I'm not going to say I'm like amazing at it right this second, but you know, I try to at least do my 3-3 rule every day. The one thing that gets me the most LCs is following up. And I think that's what everyone forgets about, because, you know, we have all these different potentials and we talk to them every day, or, you know, someone shows interest every single day, even by liking your post. And if you're not following up with people, then you're not going to get results. And, you know, the average, what Jade says is the average, you know, following up is 7 to 21 follow-ups. And that is completely true, because I followed up with someone for a year and they finally decided to join my team and they finally decided to order my products. So, you know, following up was something that I really sucked at in the beginning, but I was always consistent with everything else. And I think following up now, like more down the line, following up is the most important thing you can do for your business, because that's just the same thing that we see every day on the TV. We see commercials every single day. And, you know, that's what we are. We're the commercials, but we're not really the commercials because we don't look that spammy. But you have to still follow up. Like, even if you think you're going to be bothering people, you're not. You're just showing that you care. And you cannot forget about following up, because that's going to really, that's where you're going to get your customers at, is by following up and showing that you care.
Okay, so my next question, do you feel like it's important to get yourself on at least one product? Like, do you think that that's going to help people's business? You know, I know like, what do you think about that? Do you think people should get on at least one product so they have their own personal testimony and their own, you know, opinion on the products and results too? How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. There's 3 products that I've never ever gone a day without, and that's regular, Confianza, and Greens. And Confianza and Greens got me off my antidepressants, and they pretty much saved my life. So I think that if you can build your testimony for at least one product, that's going to help you so entirely grateful. At least one product a month. Because that's all you really need, is one product a month. And you can build all these testimonies for yourself, and you can share them with anyone that's interested with you. It doesn't have to mean that you're going to post them right on your social media. You can share them with them in a message.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I completely agree on that. And I feel like I've gotten amazing responses when because I personally do cold message, more so for loyal customers, but sometimes for distributors. But when I cold message and then someone responds back like do these even really work or whatever, then I can immediately go into my camera roll on my phone and send them. I have wrap results. I have stretch mark cream results. I have defining gel results. I have, my weight loss recent results too with my wraps and all the products that I was on. So that lately has been helping me seal the deal with my customers, is because I have my own personal testimonies. I send that right to them when they have an ounce of fear or doubt of our products. I go right into my camera roll, send it to them, and I say, these are my results. These products really work. And that kind of just immediately knocks their doubt and fear of spending money on the product, because I just showed them proof is proof. I'm my own person. I'm not going to, lie about myself. So I feel like that too is so important, is just having your own testimony every single month, getting yourself on the wraps 1 month, doing a cleanse 1 month so you can weigh yourself before and after the 2-day cleanse and get your weight loss results and share that. And like she said, you don't have to necessarily, if you're not comfortable sharing it on Facebook, one amazing thing is make a Facebook status and say, oh my God, I just did the cleanse and my results are freaking insane. If you want to know, what my results were, comment below and I'll message you. And then you can have a bunch of people commenting and you can message them and say, hey, this cleanse was the real deal. It's only 2 days and I lost 5 freaking pounds. Here are my results. You can send them the before and after. And so I think that's really amazing. So I guess just any closing thoughts or statements you may have regarding, getting distributors, getting loyal customers, maybe feeling down in your business and whatever, just some last minute thoughts that you'd like to share before we end the Zoom.
Honestly, if you guys haven't done personal development, if you haven't read a book or watched the movie The Secret, or done anything that's going to better yourself, sometimes we think that we need to be like the perfect leader and stuff like that, but we're really not. And the reason why is because we're in this to grow. We're growing our income, growing personally, we're growing mentally, physically, and you can't forget about yourself. So don't waste your time trying to figure out how you're going to be like the best leader. Figure out how you can be the best leader. Do personal development. Watch the team pages. Watch team videos. Be a part of everything.
So stay plugged in.
Stay plugged in. Yes, basically. The one thing that I know that I did when I first started this business, I had no idea who anyone was. Okay, there was Tiffany that knew Jessica and knew Morgan and knew Brooke and all these people. I didn't know anyone when I joined this business. Kirsten was a complete stranger to me, and I still didn't care. Like, I still plugged in. I still try to answer questions, even if I was wrong. Don't be afraid to ask questions or answer questions. I was wrong sometimes, but that makes you grow. And you can't be afraid to grow sometimes. That's what we need. And that's what's going to give you like the life that you really want. You have to grow as a person, and you have to grow as a business leader and a mom and a friend and a girlfriend. You have to grow in all these different aspects of your life, and don't be afraid of it. Just don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to answer questions. And you're going to be incredible if you just do those things. Like, plug in and you'll be in.
Yeah, I agree. I think plugging in is so important. It's always good to stay plugged into the chats, to stay plugged into the pages. Are you checking, maybe you're not checking right when the posts are happening, but at the end of the night when your kids are asleep, are you going back in the chat and rereading to see if anything good has come up? Are you going into the, team page and checking and seeing if I've posted anything good? Are you going into the Stay Humble page? Are you in that Boom Time page? Jade's constantly posting live videos in there now, which I think is incredible. You're getting literal one-on-one. She's live right in front of you, the top 7 income earner, telling you exactly what to do, exactly how she got to where she's at. So if you're not in that, what?
We never had that either.
Yeah, no, we never had that. We never had someone, giving us these live videos telling us what to do. We had to teach ourselves how to do it, and we just ran with it, and we just, we never stopped. We saw the potential, and honestly, it's ignorance on fire. And I just want to, say again what we were talking about in the beginning. We get paid to enroll loyal customers and to enroll distributors. That is our job. So, we got to take the emotion out of it, take the overcomplicatedness that we're thinking, about, and just stick to focus on completing our steps of success every month, enrolling 4 customers every month and enrolling 3 distributors every month, and just teaching them how to do exactly the same. So, I needed to hear that from Jade, you guys. I needed her to say to me, stop, go enroll customers and go enroll distributors and be done with it. And if you haven't been, then that's what's going wrong with your business. And I just hope that everyone hears this and everyone takes away all the tips that Amber shared with us. This business is about being a sponge, taking in the information that you have and then applying it. You could watch a video every single day, but if you're not putting that into use the next day, then it doesn't matter. And, Amber said that to me. She was in my garage when she was here visiting me, and she said that straight to my face. She said, you're watching personal development videos, but you're not putting that into action. So you can watch all the training videos that you want, but if you're not putting that into use, then is someone here? If you're not putting that into use, then there's no use into watching it. So you need to be a sponge. You need to capture all the information that we give you, capture all the information from that Boom Time page, from the Zooms that we post, from the YouTube videos, from the, scripts and stuff that we give you guys, and then apply it to your business every single day. Apply these tips that she's given you. Okay. Apply how to get your followers up quickly. Follow 300 to 500 people a day if you want your Instagram to explode. Post 3 life posts a day if you want your distributor enrollments to explode. Be vulnerable about your story. No story is stupid or horrible or too bad for anyone to know. And I know that it's sometimes hard to open up. Trust me. I never told anyone that I was on WIC and government insurance. No one knew except for Brandon and my parents, pretty much. Not even like my aunts and my uncles and shit. No one knew. And when I started opening up about that on Facebook, about how because of it works, it got me off of my WIC card. It got me off government insurance, and I didn't have to deal with that anymore. That's when people were not only messaging me about wanting more information on the business, but just messaging me saying that was so inspiring, that you've worked so hard to completely change your life around, that you didn't just feel stuck in the same situation you're in and you did something to change it. And that's what we all have to do. We just have to do something to change it. This business is not hard. Okay. It takes work and consistency, but it's not hard. This is nothing compared to going and working manual labor for 40 to 80 hours a week at a job. And that's what some people do. So this is not hard, you guys. You're just making it hard on yourself. Hang on. Someone said something in the chat. Do you ever delete people you are following because they don't follow you back? I have a lot of those. Okay, so Amber, what apps do you use to unfollow and whatnot?
I use INS Track, so Instrack, so INSTRACK. And then I also use Followers. I used to use Followers Plus, but they actually started like limiting the amount that you could unfollow. And I used to use Crowdfire, and Crowdfire also did the same thing. So right now, the ones that I use, especially Instatrack, that's like the main one that I use. Followers still like limits you a little bit, but INS Track at least lets you unfollow 60 people an hour. And yes, I do unfollow people that don't follow me in like the next 2 days. So if I follow them and 2 days later and I show them interest on their page and like, I like and commented, I unfollow them, because you don't want to keep your following count higher than your following count. Basically. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you really don't want to keep it that high, like past it.
Yeah.
Because then people think that you're following more people than are actually following you, and it's going to make you look more like, I don't know, people don't want that.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so does anybody on here have any other questions for Amber or me, or anything that you guys, want to ask before we end this and wrap this up at all? Hi, Caitlin. Anybody have any questions? Hang on. Someone just said, this was awesome. Thank you so much. Emily, I love you. You're so sweet. Okay, I don't think, does anybody have any questions? No? No? Okay, Amber, I just want to say thank you so much for being on this. I know that it's, a little bit anxious for you to get on Zooms and stuff like that, but honestly, my team appreciates it so much. I thank every single one of you guys who got on here. I know that they are so thankful for you pouring into them and giving them your tips, because sometimes it does take another voice just to really, hear it from a different angle and a different perspective, because we all grow our businesses differently. Even though we use social media, we all do stuff differently. We use different apps, we post different ways and whatnot. So everyone does it differently. So I just thank you for getting on here. And everyone who got on, thank you. I took notes, and this was also recorded. Amber, if you want to click stop recording, and then it should start processing it.
Wait, do I click the pause or the stop?
Go up to Zoom, where it says Zoom in the top left corner.
Mine doesn't say that.
No.
It says pause/stop recording, so I can choose either one. So stop.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop it.